Okay, now we're going to talk about new slavery, a subject we already talked about, but we're going to focus on a different way about the things that treat about new slavery and some reasons about it.
Well, traffic with persons is the action of recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of persons by means of threat, coercion, abduction, deception, abuse of power, vulnerability, or giving payments to a person that is in control of the victim. Well, the slavery begins by the time that immigrants hand up their documents and become no one to society, denying them to travel. Currently, more than 27 million of people are enslaved, and actually it's growing rapidly throughout the world.
Now, some of the purposes of why they would do this kind of new slavery is because of, for example, sexual exploitation, which in most of the times this involves children. In poor countries or in poor continents itself, as Africa or America, this sexual exploitation of children is very, very common. Another type of exploitation they try to do is, for example, in countries like the United States or in Southern Europe, people take immigrants and make them work for almost no money and make them have what makes the owners of these places get a really bigger income for the work that is almost not paid.
And moving forward to Africa, there are over 200,000 children enslaved, and well, in which boys usually end up as farmers or as fishermen, and girls as home domestic or more usual as prostitutes.
Now, from Mexico and Latin America, according to the CIA, at least 5,000 women and children are trafficked, without taking into account the people who, without taking into account grown-up men. Now, we also have information that UNICEF, one of the biggest organizations in the whole world that tries to provide security to children and people all around the world, is useless to work against these people who traffic with children. What shows us the real significance of this problem, making it even bigger than man could think at the beginning.
Well, and the new slaves or the new slavery are not seen as long-term investments. Instead, the slaveholders view them as cheap and in the end disposables.
Now, what we really need to talk about is what the main issue about this is. We need to know that most of these problems, at least in what immigrants talk, is that legislations of most of the countries are so done in such a way that these people, these immigrants, are exploited. They are victims of a crime, but they are not treated as victims. They are treated as criminals. This makes everything a lot harder to prevent, because as long as immigrants don't have any kind of rights, they will be treated this way and even worse than we think or than what we could imagine.
Well, the Global Task Force that was established in 2003 needs additional financial and personal resources to tackle the cartels in Russia and in general in West Europe.
Now, that is not the only action we've had. There are already 182 countries that signed the International Labour Organization Convention Against Child Labour. This shows that many countries are up to the task of doing something about it, not just complaining about it and doing nothing. Regrettably, there is no plan of action that is being taken right now. They're only talking about what could be done and not what must be done.
And some genuine support from related transnational organizations and leaders should help to fight against this problem. That's it.